Show, a Christian perspective on hot topics surrounding our community with emphasis on personal and leadership development. This show is inspiring, informative, and entertaining. You never want to miss it. Now let's see what everyone is yakking about. The Yolanda and Cornelius Show. You may contact us through our website, www.tri-foldoutreach.com, or by phone, 800-664-1793.
Welcome to the Yak. The Yolanda. Hello. Can you hear me, Yolanda? We are on the phone. We're keeping our social distancing. Welcome to the Yak, the Yolanda-Cornelius Show. I'm Cornelius with my lovely co-host, Yolanda. What's happening on this quarantine day? Day number, 10? I don't know.
Yeah, I tell you, it has really been something, you and I and others, we've talked about, because we know we call our show Fun Day Friday, but with everything that has happened in our, community and around the world and this coronavirus, it has been heartbreaking, when trying to find some humor, some joy out of what's going on. And so we decided today with everything that's going on is to focus on some positive things that people are doing in the community to help one another, pay it forward. And I think when you look at being able to help others in the community, what greater joy can you get in helping people? And we know we experienced a lot of that even during the tornadoes, where we saw God just bring people from all over the world, and we came together in unity to help one another. And so that is what is also taking place with Corona. And so, we will continue to talk about that. But before we go into that, I was listening to you and Ebony.
To who?
You and Ebony, the podcast on Sunday. Okay. And so, I said, wow. She was talking about you and junk food. And I said, well, you did. I said, he used to wear me out. I think she said you had eaten a potato chip. So do we want to talk more about that? I think you said that was your cheat day.
Oh, yeah, we can get into that if that's what you want to get into, but I'm going to come back at you. Just be ready to have some type of dialogue about our diet. I'm just saying what you and Let's talk about that. If you want to talk about junk food, we can go there. I'm ready to go there. I just want you to know I'm going. It's not going to be retaliatorial. Let's say that, but it is going to come I'm going to be very direct on how you and I should and should not be eating as diabetics. And while we on that, this show is brought to you by Walker's Cafe and Grill, 109 UN Drive, from 12 o'clock to 5 on Sunday. Come on by 109 UN Drive, Walker's Cafe and Grill. This show is brought to you by Tri-Fold Outreach Ministry, 49 Dry Creek Road, Goodlettsville, Tennessee, on the second and fourth Sunday at 7 o'clock. Tri-Fold Outreach Ministry. This show is brought to you by Forever Zion. And guess what, y'all? You don't have to go out. You can go online. And this will be an opportune time to spoil your boo, your bae, your man thing, your woman thing, your thing, and thing, whatever you call that thing. www.foreverzion.com for accessories. This show is brought to you by the Ephesian Primitive Baptist Church, 1506 22nd Avenue North. You can follow us on Facebook, Ephesian Primitive Baptist Church. We're going through this corona crisis. So, our worship service will be streamed online, YouTube, Cornelius Hill, and Facebook and Instagram, Arnay Hill. Guess what, lovely co-host? Guess who's trying to call me on the other line?
I don't even want to know.
Do I need to answer it?
You can answer it.
Hello?
I'm 32:11.
I think I missed him.
Okay. It says, "Be glad in the Lord and rejoice, O righteous, and shout for joy, all you who are upright in heart."
Hold on. Here it is.
Okay.
Here it is. Good morning. The Yolanda-Cornelius Show. You're on line 1. How may I help you?
Good morning, Pastor Hill.
Good morning.
Good morning, this is Pastor Glenn.
Good morning. Talk to me. You want to? Can I merge you in, Pastor Glenn?
Of course you can.
Okay, merge calls.
Good morning. How you doing, Pastor Yolanda?
Good morning. So we're talking about the joy. The joy of the Lord is our strength, and we're talking about pay it forward. And so we're very happy to have our co-host, Pastor Stephen Glenn, who just joined us. And so, as I reflect and think about pay it forward, I think about some amazing women that I have the opportunity to, at times, minister to, but they also minister to me. And so these women, they don't get paid a whole lot of money, but we give out what's called shower shoes. And so when we give out a pair of shower shoes, we have that sticker that's placed on there, pay it forward. So once they get some money, once they get some more shower shoes, give it to somebody else who doesn't have. So recently I was in a drugstore, and I didn't really have a lot of money, and I had to get a lot of prescriptions for my dad. And as this individual was hearing what was going on, he decided that he wanted to pay for them. And I was like, well, no, that's okay. I was just going to get 2. He's like, no, get all of them. And so he had given me $20, and I tried to give him his change back and all that, and he wouldn't take it. And so I'm using it as an illustration to say there are so many people with Corona that's going on that are like your local heroes that you will never hear about. Their name will never be on TV or the radio, but they have been paying it forward and helping other people, whether it's prescription medication, whether it's helping them pay their rent. I looked at an article. There was a woman, she has a virus. There have been people in her community dropping off food at her door so she can have food for her and her family. There are other people, I think even in Nashville, they have been sewing masks so our health care providers and hospitals can have them. And we had talked about on another show even how people are coming together and singing and putting a community choir together. So there have been so many acts of kindness doing this whole thing with Corona. And so before I go any further, would y'all like to elaborate on that? And then we'll give our 10 things that we can do as a community, as a nation, to continue to pay it forward.
Go ahead, Pastor Glenn. Let's talk about paying it forward from your end and your perspective, how you've been able to be a blessing to individuals in the midst of COVID-19.
Oh, yes. At my job, I won't say what I do outside of my job to protect them, and I don't need everybody running to me, but we use masks a lot because of the debris, dust, just different other things, and a lot of lime that's around me. And because we had some masks, quite a few masks, as I had a lot, I was passing a few out to some medical staff and to some pastors and to some other people that I knew, and then a couple of people that I did not know, because they were, matter of fact, there was 2 ladies who were so afraid that they were going to catch it, but they had a friend who was sick, who had contracted, and they had quarantined her and her husband. And they wanted to do something for them, but they were scared. So I gave them masks, and I gave them a box of gloves that I had, construction gloves, durable plastic construction gloves. I gave it to them and said, here, use this, protect yourself while you take them some food. And they were like, oh, thank you so much. And you are, I'm just a servant. I wasn't trying to highlight myself. I wasn't interested in that. Also, we have alcohol. And it was, as a matter of fact, there wasn't any more alcohol left. And I have a box of alcohol, and I saw a lady who was trying to get some alcohol for her child. I said, ma'am, you okay? She said, yeah, I can't find any alcohol for my kid, blah, blah, blah. So I had 3. So I took a bottle, knowing that 3 would last me during the duration of 2 weeks to sanitize. I gave it to her. I gave her the biggest bottle I had. So I can truly say, I'm making sacrifices, but...
Hello, co-host.
What happened to you, sir? Hello?
It seemed like we lost him, but
Can you hear me, Yolanda? Can you hear me?
I can hear you,
okay.
But I think we lost Pastor Glenn. But, he said a lot. I can remember the other day I went into the cleaners, and the lady had on a mask, but I looked, I said, she don't even have no gloves on. And she didn't have any gloves. So I'm like, do you need some gloves? She said, yeah. So I had a box of gloves, and I let her take quite a bit out of my box so she could have them, and she was so grateful. But that's what this is about. This is about sharing. And no, you may not have a whole lot of money where you can go and pay someone's rent, but whatever you have, especially if it's an abundance of it, sharing that with somebody else. We had talked about on the other show, I've been seeing some of these videos where people have been fighting, over toilet paper. And, you're looking at someone's buggy and they got, hundreds of toilet paper rolls. And then one person just wants, 4 or 8 toilet paper rolls because you got them all in your buggy and you're fighting them over. And this kind of stuff is foolishness. Anytime you're willing to sow into someone else's life who doesn't have, I am a believer and I am a benefactor of God's grace. And whatever you sow, that you will also reap. And so, yes, are you back, Pastor Glenn?
Yeah, what, I don't know what happened. I guess where I was there, where y'all leave off at? Where'd y'all last hear?
Well, you talked about you giving out some gloves and some other items to people who didn't have, and so I had talked about that as well as some things. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I was saying, I don't know what took my phone, as I'm going through 440 now, is I was just praising the medical staff.
Mm-hmm.
who it's a 70% chance that they're going to contract this virus at the hospital because they're around those who have the disease. But yet still they get up every day, with that desire, that will to do their job and to provide for the least lost and left out, to take care of them.
Right.
And they're catching it more than anybody. Our police officers, our emergency first responders, they're catching it by large numbers, because they are doing what they can to protect us. So because of that, my hat goes off to them. And I hate to highlight him, but preachers, number one, Pastor Hill, at Ephesians Premier Baptist Church, he's in the community. He's doing for the community. He doesn't wear a mask. Now, I've seen him maybe one time, maybe have it on. He's not wearing his gloves. And I know he's covered by the blood, but he's not thinking of anything other than the least, the lost, and the left out. So, he scares me. Oh, my God. My pastor scares me doing that. But he's covered. And the only thing he's concerned about is taking care of his congregation, taking care of the neighborhood, taking care of the people to make sure that they have
Pastor
in times like this.
Pastor Glenn, since we're Baptists, I'm singing this song. I know it was the gloves. I know it was the gloves. I know it was the gloves for me.
You know what?
Hold on. I will be wearing a mask and gloves from this day forward, because I need to be covered not only in the blood, but I need to be covered in the glove.
But I will say this: is I had a few boxes of immune boosters that I know would last me for 2 months, and I took it. I gave one to my pastor. You know what I'm saying? I take care of the man of God, and there's scripture was for you to provide and take care of the man of God. And I did that for my pastor. You know, he didn't even know he was going to get it. And boom, here you go, pastor. Boom. You know, it is what it is. So, you know, I encourage everyone. You know, I charge everyone to take care of the man and woman of God. Provide for them who are praying for you, who are out there trying to perform community service work for the community, for the church. Take care of it, because you don't know what your pastor or ministers go through for us daily, and he'll go through a lot. I will say that. He does. He goes through a lot.
Amen. I know it was the glove.
On a funny note,
it was the glove.
I gotta tell this.
Don't tell that story. Don't tell that story.
Don't tell that story.
Not that story.
Somebody gonna take that the wrong way.
Right. Don't tell that story. Not that story. It's funny,
so
but not that story.
I put together a list of 10 things that, you know, that some people may have that you can pay it for. So, for example, we know that folks have been fighting over toilet paper. Okay, so, you know, if you got, and I'm just speaking, if you got 100 rolls of toilet paper, and we look at a tithe, at least give 10 rolls away.
Pay it forward. Pay it
if
forward.
not more than that.
Pay it forward.
Pay it forward, yeah. So,
yes, pay it forward.
I got 100.
You got to pray to the Lord. God, please put something on social media. But one of the nurses came to my parents' house about my dad, and she said she had been looking for toilet paper for 2 weeks. Now, I live in the hood, and there was some toilet paper over here. Now, there ain't no toilet paper no more. And then what was getting me, finally the paper towels started going, but I'm still seeing Kleenex on the shelf. And I'm saying, do people not realize you can use Kleenex?
But it's too thin. Your family going through.
Huh?
It's too thin. Your family going to go through.
No. You can use some Kleenex. The paper towels, if they too thick, they can mess up, as well as the white can mess up the toilet. You know.
Yeah, they can. They will stop them up.
Yeah. So my second thing, if you have more than this, and I know you talked about it a little earlier, Pastor Glenn, is masks. I was actually in the line, because you can barely. I had ordered through Amazon. I had ordered some masks almost about a month and a half ago. I just got those masks this week, and then the other masks that I tried to get, they was on back order for so many months. So I was at the dollar store, Family Dollar, and I saw where there were, in the automotive and hardware section, where they had like 3 sets of masks. And so I had gotten them all because I got so many family members and nieces that need them. Mm-hmm. And so the lady who was in line, she asked the manager, she said, well, do y'all have any more masks left? And they didn't even know I had any in my budget. He said, no, we don't have any. And she said, I got to visit my father in the nursing home, and they won't let us come in without a mask. So I said, oh, no, I got masks. I gave her my package of masks so she can have it. And she just looked at me like, wow. She said, well, you want me to take one? I said, no, take the whole thing. And that's what it's about. I had enough to take care of me and my family. Here's a woman who don't have not one, who needs to go and see her daddy. And it's just me trying to hold all that for myself, give it to somebody who don't have. And I've had other people to bless me with stuff that I've been saying that I need. A thermometer. I've been going back and forth into the different CVS's, dollar stores, Walgreens. You can't even get a thermometer. So, paying it forward, give out masks. If you got an abundance of masks that you are hoarding, or that you got a stockpile of them, it's only you and you got 10 masks. Unless you work in a medical field, give some masks away to help some other people. Number 3 is bleach. Go ahead.
Bleach. Hey, Pastor Hill, you remember when we grew up how our mothers and our grandmothers and our great-grandmothers would sew, patches, make shirts, make uniforms, different things like that? I think during this personal time, what would be great is while you're spending time with your children, ladies and men, go to Walmart, invest in a little small sewing machine. Get some material. Make masks. There's one lady I saw on the news who were making masks out of material and then pass them out. We can wash them, bleach, soap, disinfect them, and reuse them again. I think that'll be something wonderful to do, to spend time with your children making these things, but at the same time, you're helping out the community. You're saving lives.
Amen. Someone just sent something to me. They're telling, I think, some of the doctors and nurses now, because they ran out, like diapers and swim goggles, just as protective eyewear and stuff to cover them. Also, you can use a pad and put some material over that, a bandana, a scarf. And like you said, there's so many people sewing. Someone else has suggested to me, I never thought about it, but with women's padded bra, you can take half of that and cut it and sew it, and then that's a mess. But whatever it takes, to protect yourself, especially those who are in, the medical field.
Yolanda.
Yes.
Did you just tell Victoria's Secret?
I didn't say Victoria's Secret. I just had a padded bra.
Hey, Hill.
I think she just told Victoria's Secret. Victoria.
Look, depending on the size of your face determines the cup that you should get. If you weigh a lot, if you have big cheeks, I think a 44 double D.
Victoria.
You fully covered.
Victoria.
If you are very thin, I think a starter bra would suffice. If I see somebody.
Number 3 is
bleach.
Do you know, I went into a store the other day, because people between bleach, alcohol, hydrogen peroxide, witch hazel. So I'm looking like, what's my bill? And they called out a number. I said, wait a minute, what's the number? I said, how much is the witch hazel? They said $7.89. I said, oh no, we putting witch hazel back. But this is just some other disinfectants and some other things that you can use if you can't find any bleach. If you got alcohol, you can use that. And so if you have an abundance of bleach or alcohol or witch hazel or peroxide, give some of that away to help some other people. The other thing we talked about earlier was the gloves. Now, the boxes of gloves, you can't really find those anymore. I know I had ended up going to, before all of this started, I went actually to one of the hair places. So I was able to get a box of gloves there. They didn't have any masks, but I was able to get a box of gloves in there. But what I'm also finding is the latex gloves. Right now, there are some stores that have the ones that you wash with. So if depending on your job, if you just needed some gloves, some of the stores still have those. We talked about the thermometer. If you got some extra thermometers, get one for somebody who don't have. And money goes a long way. Because there are so many people that have lost their jobs. My daughter, she got laid off. She worked in a mall. There are some people, I was looking at this guy, he's from Africa, he's a citizen now. He got laid off from his job. He's got a wife, he's got 2 kids, and he doesn't have any money. And so it may be you can give some money or give some food, to help other individuals that that have lost their jobs or that are suffering, especially since they're getting a paycheck. Do y'all want to add to that?
Yes, let's stop at food. Glenn, before you were come on the show, Yolanda was kind of getting at me with my diet and my cheat day. So, Yolanda, can we just revisit that conversation? I'm getting your permission. Permission. I'm asking.
Okay, well,
that's
let me
a
do
yes
this.
or no question. Let's not go through the because
yes, not right now.
We at 20. Yolanda, we at 24 minutes. Hold on. We're at 24 minutes. This will be a great time.
But I gotta add my last 2.
Look at you. You just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. I just gotta do it.
We talked about money, and what else can you give away that's free? You can pray for somebody.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And and then you can call someone and encourage them. I mean, because you may not have nothing. Maybe you lost something too, and maybe I'm going through, but you just calling me on the phone and encouraging me. I mean, because we're at a time that I'm not trying to. There are people that will become very depressed and probably suicidal.
Of course.
You know, so just calling someone and encouraging them. You know, you got loved ones that is in the virus, and you can't even get in a hospital to be with them while they're in ICU. My father and my daughter don't have the virus. They no longer let us even be in a hospital with him. All the hospitals just about on visitation. You can't even be in there with your loved one. He had suffered a heart attack and some other things. Now y'all putting all the visitors out. So just imagine you have the virus and you're being isolated and your family is not in there with you, and the pain that the family as well as the one that's suffering with the disease. So being able to just call someone and encouraging them through that process, it means a whole lot. But there are so many emergency rooms now that if you're taking someone to the emergency room, besides them checking your temperature, they're not letting you in. So if that person is very critical, between you dropping them off at the front door, you won't see them again unless they're going to release them from the hospital. They're not letting you in. They're not letting you up there to the floors. None of that. And so we're really in a state of an emergency, seriously. And we definitely need to continue to pray for our hospitals, pray for our doctors and nurses, pray for those who are sick that don't even have corona. They got other illnesses, and yet now they can't even be around their friends and their family. The nursing homes, you got people that are elderly, 80s, 90s, and now their loved ones can't even get in a nursing home to visit with them. So continue let us be in prayer, and I am through. And now you want to talk about your food?
No, I'm done. I don't want to talk about anything.
Well, I'm letting you guys know now that during this coronavirus, my diet is on hold. I could not get all the great food that I normally eat, so I will be cheating with chitlins. I will be cheating with pork chops. Hamburger country.
I don't even know how you can. You mean to tell me you found out that meat? Where did you find it at?
That's the only thing I found. Well, ain't nothing left but unhealthy. So if Corona don't get you now, blood pressure don't take you out. But no. All jokes aside, I mean, hey, if whatever you have in your kitchen, cook it, pray for it, bless it. God will bless it. So, but it's okay to cheat though every now and then. It's okay to cheat on your diet.
It is. It is okay to cheat every now and then.
It's okay to cheat. It's okay to cheat.
Yeah, to cheat on your diet every now and then. It's just somebody act like they just, be just so sold out like they never see nothing wrong. Yeah. And so
Who could that be, Yolanda? Who could that be?
Pastor Cornelius.
Who could that be?
Pastor Cornelius.
Hey, before we close.
I was just amazed to hear that.
But before we close.
Have y'all paid bills?
We paid bills, but I got to say this. I just got this Facebook, and I guess it's true. 925 healed in Italy in the last 24 hours. Of corona.
925 healed.
Yes.
Now that's the praise report right there.
Yeah.
Healed.
Hallelujah.
Somebody said in China that is over with. It is declining.
It's declining. It ain't over with. I mean,
I
know what
they
you're saying.
Shut down a hospital or something. I know what you mean, man. Yeah, I saw something like that.
Well, you know what? I wonder on this that what I'm afraid is going to happen, and I don't know yet. Is it going to be like the flu? Is the pandemic going to drop but it's going to come back every certain seasonal, like the flu.
I heard that.
Instead of the flu season, we're going to have the corona season.
Yeah, that's what I heard yesterday. That it will come back this time next year, what they're saying. That's what I heard on the news yesterday. I don't know. We'll see. I hope not.
Glenn, let me ask you a question. Glenn, are you there?
I'm here.
Are you wearing a mask and gloves now while you're doing this show? Because I definitely don't want to catch the COVID-19 with you, sir. What's up?
I am your father. Yes,
you got your
I have on a mask.
You got your Darth Vader mask on. Huh?
Man, I have a mask on, man. I have on construction plastic work gloves. The mask I got on has a respirator in the front of it. I'm keeping 6, 10, 12 distances. Feet from different people. If you cough, I will look at you. If you sneeze on me, we will say slow words over your eulogy.
Gotcha.
But no, I am protected. Yes, I am covered.
Wonderful.
But at the same token, I'm also covered by the blood.
Yeah.
With you asking that, Pastor Hill, one of the things they were showing that people forget to do is continually wiping off your steering wheel.
Oh,
because they talked about how dirty that your steering wheel is dirtier than most public restrooms. They talked about. And then, of course, your cell phone. So just making sure that you keep all of that, and then your car door, when you're opening. And then, of course, the same thing with your house doors. Just making sure that you, continue to wipe and sanitize that as well. So.
I will let you all know I am here at Advanced Financial here on the corner of Hardy and Nola Road. So if you did get paid, you can come here, get your checks cashed. There is no waiting. There is no line. You can come here. There is two phenomenal individuals, won't mention their names, who are just here to help you, to take care of you. If you need to send money to friends and family, they just bless me. And so we're going to say now that they are paying bills. So I just pay the bills with them. They just bless me. I will give that to you, Pastor Hill.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Hey, wonderful. Hey, y'all, I thank y'all for tuning in to the Yolanda-Cornelius Show. We about to take a break and wipe everything down. I'm going to wipe my microphone down, my computer down, my iPad down, my cell phone down. Glenn, you got to wipe the steering wheel down. Yolanda got to wipe her things down because, in the words of Lil Boosie, wiping down. It's time to wipe down. So we about to get off of here. Yolanda, you got any last words? Before we wipe it down and wipe off?
None. Except we'll talk about your eating later.
We'll talk about that. We'll probably do another show later on tonight. How about that? We'll go live on that show. Just live.
All right. Pastor Glenn, you going to pray us out?
He's in the show. He's in the busting there.
But I'll tell you what I can do. No matter where I am not ashamed of the gospel. I will pray. Gracious Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this hour. Father God, first and foremost, realizing and recognizing that you are still in control. Father God, we ask prayers and blessings upon the families who have and have not contracted this virus. Father God, we ask for peace and understanding. And Father God, if you would comfort those who have lost a loved one, a friend, a family, during this coronavirus, Father God, and I ask that you would only pray for this country and heal this land. These are another blessing we ask our God. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
And amen.
Thank you for tuning in to the Yak, the Yolanda and Cornelius Show with our wonderful co-host, Pastor Glenn. We ask that you be safe. We ask that you be sanitary. We ask that you be responsible and practice social distancing.
Thank you for listening to the Yak, the Yolanda and Cornelius Show. Please check out our website at www.tri-foldoutreach.com. Yolanda and Cornelius.